The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. Wise men speak because they have something to say. Fools because they have to say something. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. The measure of a man is what he does with power. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound, so they that have the least wit are the greatest babblers. Courage is knowing what not to fear. Ignorance, the root and stem of all evil. He who commits injustice is ever made more wretched than he who suffers it. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. Love is born into every human being. It calls back the halves of our original nature together. It tries to make one out of two and heal the wound of human nature. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. Ideas are the source of all things. Justice means minding your own business and not meddling with other men's concerns. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. An education to be useful must have two foundations. First, an ability to use what it has acquired. Secondly, an ability to keep acquiring more knowledge. No law or ordinance is mightier than understanding. The soul takes nothing with her to the next world but her education and her culture. At the beginning of the journey to the next world, one's education and culture can either provide the greatest assistance or else act as the greatest burden. To the person who has just died, knowledge which is acquired under compulsion obtains no hold on the mind. The just man is most free from disturbance, while the unjust is full of the utmost disturbance. Love is the joy of the good, the wonder of the wise, the amazement of the gods. When men speak ill of thee, live so as nobody may believe them. No evil can happen to a good man, either in life or after death. Wonder is the feeling of the philosopher, and philosophy begins in wonder. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Courage is knowing what not to fear. One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. The highest reach of injustice is to be deemed just when you are not.